deserve serious answers. The Election Commission, I believe, not only has a responsibility to the nation, but it has a responsibility to itself. That there should not be any doubts left in the minds of the public about this entire credibility of our elections. The elections matter to the whole country. And our democracy is too precious to be jeopardized by doubts about whether there is duplicate voting, whether there are multiple addresses, whether there are fake votes. All of this, and manipulation is the worst case scenario. But if there are doubts in people's minds, they should be addressed. There may be answers available to these questions, but those answers must be provided credibly. That is my only request, that the Election Commission should take the questions and address them, rather than insisting on formalities.
Do you think some credibility is going down of ECI because opposition is raising questions? They are not getting answers.
Naturally, as long as there are doubts in the minds of people about the fairness of the elections, that is harming the credibility of the Election Commission. As long as those doubts are removed, then the Election Commission's credibility can be regained. So the Election Commission's own interest lies in addressing these questions.
So that was a Member of Parliament from Thiruvananthapuram, Shashi Tharoor, speaking a short while ago. So once again, Akhilesh Yadav speaking to the press. But what we're seeing right now is a rare unanimity within the India bloc over these protests against the Election Commission of India. The India bloc typically happens to be a divided house, but you see members of parliament belonging to the NCP Sharad Pawar camp, the Samajwadi Party, the Indian National Congress, among others, gathering in large numbers here to protest against the SIR. As well as the Election Commission of India for the conduct of elections in Karnataka as well as Maharashtra. Additionally, you also heard the Lok Sabha Member of Parliament from Thiruvananthapuram, Mr. Shashi Tharoor, speak a short while ago. He's, of course, held a different line than his own party when it comes to Operation Sindoor and the government's role there. But when it comes to this particular issue about the conduct of elections, we see him essentially taking the party line as well. You also see Derek O'Brien of the Trinamool Congress present at the protest site. But let's once again also listen in to what other members of the India bloc are saying. Here's Imran Masood talking to the media.
We have Imran Masood, Congress MP with us. सर, आप लोग जाना चाह रहे थे आगे, लेकिन आप लोग देख रहे हैं कि यहाँ पे धरना दे रहे हैं, सड़क पे बैठे हैं. इलेक्शन कमीशन ने कहा कि 30 लोगों के ग्रुप में आप लोग हम तो 30 ही जाने को तैयार हैं. लेकिन ये रास्ता कहाँ खोल रहे हैं? ये तो 30 भी नहीं लेके जा रहे हैं. अच्छा. हमने तो कहा था कि आप 30 लोगों को परमिशन कर दिए, 30 लोग ले जाइए, अलग अलग दलों से अलग अलग प्रतिनिधि चले जाएंगे. लेकिन ये असल में क्या है कि लोकतंत्र के अंदर इनकी चोरी पहली बार पकड़ी गई. चुनाव आयोग की चोरी पहली बार पकड़ी गई है और ऐसी पकड़ी गई है कि उनके दस्तावेजों से वो प्रूव हो रही है. जो चीज उनके दस्तावेजों से प्रूव हो रही है, उस चोरी को ये छुपाने के लिए इधर उधर की बातें कर रहे हैं. इमरान भाई, एक चीज बताइए कि जो इलेक्शन कमीशन है वो तैयार है मिलने के लिए, तो एक तरह से ये जो है आप लोगों ने एक मैसेज दिया है ज्यादा कि हर पार्टी एक साथ है SIR के इशू पे. मिलिए ना, कहाँ मिलने को तैयार है? मिलिए ना, 30 लोग जाने को तैयार हैं, दीजिए परमिशन, खोलिए बैरियर. अच्छा, कर्नाटका सीईओ, हरियाणा सीईओ राहुल गांधी को फिर से लेटर लिख रहे हैं, कह रहे हैं कि आप प्रूफ दीजिए जो आपने कहा है. उनकी बातों को रिफ्यूट भी कर रहे हैं. राहुल जी ने तो प्रूफ दिए थे. राहुल जी ने तो वोटर लिस्ट बताई, आपकी इस वोटर लिस्ट में इस नंबर पे इस घर के पते के ऊपर ये वोट है, तो उन्हें प्रूफ क्या चाहिए? ये सारे. वी हैव इमरान मसूद, कांग्रेस MP विद अस. सर, आप लोग जाना चाह रहे थे आगे, लेकिन आप लोग देख रहे हैं कि यहाँ पे धरना दे रहे हैं, सड़क पे बैठे हैं. इलेक्शन कमीशन ने कहा कि 30 लोगों के ग्रुप में आप लोग हम तो 30 ही जाने को तैयार हैं. लेकिन ये रास्ता कहाँ खोल रहे हैं? ये तो 30 भी नहीं लेके जा रहे हैं. अच्छा. हमने तो कहा था कि आप 30 लोगों को परमिशन कर दिए, 30 लोग ले जाइए, अलग अलग दलों से अलग अलग प्रतिनिधि चले जाएंगे. लेकिन ये असल में क्या है कि लोकतंत्र.
So that was Imran Masood speaking to my colleague Mohit. Let me go across to Niyamika as well. Niyamika, what's happening around you? There's a lot of ruckus, of course, and all these members of parliament have been prevented from their march to the Election Commission of India. Take us through what's happening around you right now. We'll try to get in touch with Niyamika once again. It's quite a chaotic situation very close to the Transport Bhavan where these protests have unfolded. It's a sit-in that's been waged by members of the India bloc. And a very short while ago, as you see on the right of your screens, Akhilesh Yadav, leader of the Samajwadi Party and member of parliament from Kannauj, could actually be seen scaling one of the barricades and crossing over. Of course, he was prevented from going much further. He decided to basically sit there, hold a dharna and speak to the press. You also had several other members of parliament vent their frustration as well at being disallowed from going towards the Election Commission of India. Let's also listen in to what Mr. Rajiv Shukla of the Congress party had to say.
We have with us senior Congress leader and MP Rajiv Shukla. Sir, what we see is that the opposition party leaders are sitting on the road over here. They're not being allowed to go to Election Commission. Election Commission says that in a group of 30, the leaders can come and meet them. How do you see this?
Well, we had already announced this march. So march had to take place. All opposition party, entire opposition bloc is here. And they are not being allowed to go to the Election Commission. We want to give a memorandum to them. So they can easily, we should be allowed to go there and hand over the memorandum to them. But they are not letting that. In the morning, they realized the situation is serious. So they have given an appointment of 30 people. And the position is so big, 30 people cannot, justify. So we want all prominent.
So you wanted to give out a message, the opposition parties are together on the issue of SIR, the indications of vote.
All entire opposition is together, entire India bloc is together, and we should be allowed to go to Election Commission.
What we see is that the Karnataka CEO, Haryana CEO, they have all come out. They've asked Rahul Gandhi to come out with a proof, give it in oath. How do you see this, sir?
The news channels, they have already investigated. And what few prominent news channels, they have gone to those places where in one room they are showing 80 voters. So fake voters have been made. So what is this exercise? You are deleting.
We have with us senior Congress leader and MP Rajiv Shukla. Sir, what we see is that the opposition party leaders are sitting on the road.
So that was Rajiv Shukla speaking to my colleague Mohit Bhatt. And a short while ago, of course, you also had Imran Masood, among others, speak to him as well. These protests continue. It's a very chaotic and a fairly noisy situation very close to Transport Bhavan where these protests are being held. I'll try to, in fact, get in touch with my colleague Mohit, who's been covering these protests from the ground as we speak. Now, Mohit, coming to you, there's been unanimity that we've witnessed on our screens today as far as the India bloc is concerned. They have a difference of opinion on multiple other issues, but as far as the conduct of the Election Commission is concerned, we're seeing a rare unanimity here where they've marched out in big numbers to protest unitedly against the EC.
Police have not allowed them, they have barricaded the whole area, and now what we see is that...
Mohit, I'm sorry about that. We have